Hello and welcome to First Impressions. This is a show where every week my co-host Dash Hooper and I evaluate an album we've never heard before. After playing it, we take notes, rate it in a variety of categories, and let you know our thoughts. So the album we're looking at tonight is 2025's No Rain, No Flowers by the Black Keys. So
Hey.
how are you doing tonight, Dash?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. Just living the dream. Writing,
Yes.
writing more. Enjoying watching my book sell very well on Amazon right now.
Awesome. I need to grab it. I still need to get in there and pick that one up. So while I still have money left for the month before it all dwindles away on overpriced groceries and such, but
Oh word, oh word.
we'll just steer the conversation away from that. So we don't need to think about such things. We need to think about albums, and I don't know if that's going to bring us into a more positive frame of mind
I don't know either.
considering where we stand on this one. But yeah, I guess spoiler alert. I got things. I got notes. Are my notes good? Well, keep watching. We'll find out soon enough. So it should be fun, if nothing else, because I have some good couch metaphors and all that. So yeah, keep
I don't even
watching.
know. I don't even know if I got any metaphors other than. Well, I don't know if we want to hear my metaphors, but
Yeah. I mean, it's rare. We try to keep things off the books. Like, okay, don't talk about it till it's actually time. But
yeah.
last night, I was listening to it for the first time, and I had to message Dash like, oh man, I was already sending my notes. But yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later. We'll start right now with the history of the artist, the Black Keys. So the Black Keys were formed by Dan Auerbach and
Yeah.
Patrick Carney in Akron, Ohio in 2001. And they began making lo-fi, blues, garage rock with a lot of self-recorded albums. And they started to build a following because they toured relentlessly. And they released some of their early albums, The Big Come Up, Thick Freakness, and Rubber Factory. And these were all in those particular albums. That's when they were a two-piece. Jack White Was Not Loving, another two-piece blues garage rock band. But we'll kind of talk about that a little bit later. But their early albums established their style. It was this stripped down, gritty, Delta blues influenced, minimalistic production and a strong rhythmic drive. So it established them in that genre, in that field. And, if Jack White wants to piss and moan, it's not like he was a beacon of originality. He just did it first. And, I don't know. After reading back and forth on this feud, I don't know if Jack White he's on the cusp of our Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore, very
He's just
much.
a grumpy dude. You're like, all right, I don't like technology. I don't like your cell phones. He just doesn't like things, including the Black Keys. But again, more on that one later. But it was in 2007 they collaborated with Danger Mouse, and that's what kind of put them on the map. They released their album Attack and Release, and that was their first time that they did a professional studio with an outside producer, and you heard expanded sound, more layers. They brought in different instruments, so it wasn't just the two-piece. With Attack and Release, they actually had a bass player. They brought in keyboards. They brought in a lot more and kept that blues garage rock roots, but just expanded on it. And then in 2010, Danger Mouse again produced the album Brothers, and that one was their first huge success, and followed that up with El Camino. So in a 2-year span, they released 2 albums that went multi-platinum. And this is a time, 2010, 2011 is a time when multi-platinum was not an easy thing to do.
Not at all.
Because record sales were definitely highly affected by digital streaming and just pirating. People would go to Pirate Bay. I think by 2010-11, Napster was pretty much dead, but all those torrent sites were still around and people downloaded way more than they bought. But in those albums, they had Tighten Up, Lonely Boy, and got huge mainstream radio play, and then they seemed at that point in time to be on every commercial. I mean, it's like
Oh yeah.
it's Pizza Hut. There's a Black Keys song. It's a Ford truck. There's a Black.
Like Keys.
It's like, oh, it's Taco Bell, Black Keys. I mean, everywhere, just like Black Keys. We were just in a barrage of Black Keys music or Black Keys ripoff music, where they played it where you knew what they were trying to go for, but they
Yeah.
did just enough not to get sued. But it was just oversaturation of Black Keys stuff. So yeah, they had a lot of exposure. They
Well, they
probably
were the it band at that time,
They
anyways.
were. That's probably what made Jack White grumpy. It's like,
Yeah.
damn it, I want to be the it band again. No one's calling my solo career the it music anymore. It's like, you know what? Just suck it up. Get back with Meg White, and they could be selling baseball stadiums again.
Yeah.
But I know, maybe she said she doesn't want to tour again. Who knows what it is? That she's probably living high on a fat pile of money. So does she really need to tour? I mean, I don't know. If the fat pile of money begins to dwindle, maybe she'll rush back out there and do it. But with a two-piece at the time, they were selling multi-platinum albums as well, so they have to be really well. But I'm trying to think, did White Stripes have commercials? I don't think they really did.
Not like the Black Keys. I think they probably had some here and some small ones here and there, but I don't remember their music as much at all in commercials like the Black Keys.
Yeah, I mean, the Black Keys were on every commercial. Just like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, cool, we need someone to sell pizza. Boom, grab the Black Keys. We need someone to sell, radiators. Black Keys, sign them. It's just everything was the Black Keys. Where the White Stripes, I think Seven Nation Army just became Jock Jam.
Yeah.
And it's at every baseball stadium, every soccer stadium. You hear that, and people will kind of sing the guitar riff of it. So if nothing else, they definitely made a shit ton of money becoming a jock jam band. So, who knows what if they did commercials. I mean, if they did, I can't really think of any, but yeah, who knows. But in 2014, they reunited with Danger Mouse again for the album Turn Blue, which merged psychedelia, soul, blues rock, garage rock, and a lot of textured production. And I think, if I'm being honest, that's about the moment I kind of started feeling a little unexcited about new Black Keys albums. There was a stretch where, I mean, when you go from Attack and Release to El Camino, I was just buying them. Like, okay,
Oh
they
yeah.
released the album. I'm just picking it up. I haven't heard anything from it. I'm buying it without hearing a song. And then I bought Turn Blue without hearing a song, and it was kind of not the best. I mean, I don't know if I played it more than once. I'll be completely truthful. It's probably one of those things I put it, got the vinyl, excitedly dropped the needle, and just thought, it's okay. I mean, I didn't hate it.
Turn Blue. The song Turn Blue was good. I thought the song Turn Blue. Yeah, it was a good song.
The song is good. The album
is
honestly, I don't remember it enough to say if I liked it or not. It's one of those things, maybe if I played it more, I'd hear it be, okay, this is really good stuff. So after Turn Blue, they released several more albums: Let's Rock, Delta Cream, and Dropout Boogie. I don't think I've heard any one of those in their entirety. I've seen shows, so I've probably heard songs played live from them, but I don't think I've played any one of those from start to finish.
I can't think. No, I think I probably have a few of them, not all. I like some of their most recent ones, besides this one, obviously. I don't think I've heard full all the way through.
Okay, yeah, and I'm probably in the same, but I think that Turn Blue was the last one I would have played in its entirety, because I definitely bought it at that point. I think I pre-ordered one of the different colored vinyls you could get from their website, and this one, honestly, the reason I picked it to cover was because I bought the signed one. I was able to get the signed one from their website, and I thought, hey, you know what? Let's cover it since I bought this thing anyway. Do I regret that decision?
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Hey-o,
I mean,
Pops.
I'm still, hey pops. I'm still happy I have an autographed one. I mean, that's cool. I can put it on the wall with some of my other autographed albums. So if nothing else, it can go on the wall. Although I hate the cover. I mean, I said that last week.
Yeah, the cover's
I
bad.
really don't like the cover of this album. And pieces of shit did not give me a lyric sheet again. I opened it up and I was like, yes, I saw the song titles and it had a lot of notes, but it's just because they use like 8 million people to produce and go in the studio. No lyrics. So here I am reading tiny font with my crappy eyes on my phone as I'm listening to the album. And it's never ideal, but they're not alone. I mean, I'll grumble anytime. Like, you know what? I paid good money for this album. Drop a lyric sheet in there. I mean, maybe you're embarrassed that your lyrics aren't that great, but still, I paid $30 for this. You can throw them in there. It's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll pull up the cover just so we can see if you agree. The dumb tattoo picture, if it grabs you, good for you.
We should add a poll. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. It's not good.
horrible cover. Bryan Adams cover is redeemed by that bad one. I mean, the Bryan Adams cover.
Thank you.
The Bryan Adams getting punched cover, not redeemed. That cover sucks on an equal level. The big balloon one is better, but
it's better.
the one that I saw originally, him getting punched in the face, like, you can't have a cover that gritty.
That's
and then
like,
you have a song that belongs on Nickelodeon. Like, no.
Yeah, that's like 80s. That's like 80s style cover anyway. So I the being punched, I feel like that's an 80s
It is
nostalgic, cover. That or laying down. If anybody's laying down, it's coming from the 80s.
Yeah, or if it's a group of like scraggly looking dudes in the middle of snow, it's something death metal. So yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's our guys, the Flamingo Overlords, and they I'm sure they have an album cover where they're standing in the snow, because that seems to be a staple of that. But this, oh man, just not amazing. I'm not here for it. But yeah, back to their history. They in 2024 they put out the album Ohio Players, and this one actually got decent reviews. Critics seemed to like it. They had collaborations with Beck and Noel Gallagher, but it tanked.
Yeah,
it was their worst selling album in years. I mean, granted, album sales are a different animal now, and it's hard to compare it when you've had multi-platinum albums in a time where now really nobody buys albums. You go on Spotify, you don't have to worry about downloading a virus on your computer, going on to Pirate Bay or something like that. Yeah. And it only reached number 26. But when they released the album, they immediately announced a big arena tour, which proceeded to not sell at all. So they canceled the arena tour. They blamed their management, and they fired Irving Azoff for misplanning and poor execution. And Patrick Carney was upset with him. He tweeted,
nobody sold in hardly anybody, unless your name is Taylor Swift. You weren't selling out anything. I mean, look at a lot of the. Not that I'm jumping on the J-Lo bandwagon or anything, but she didn't sell any. She had no sellouts. I don't think Katy Perry had any sellouts. A lot of those. I mean, so I'm not saying that they would have sold out, but
yeah, I mean, and they should. The thing is, they should have played smaller level, like outdoor amphitheaters that hold 3,000 to 6,000, and it probably would have been a strong selling tour. Yeah. But they launched with arena tours, and yeah, they were selling out on El Camino and Brothers, the arena tours, but they were also selling multi-platinum. And as we mentioned earlier, we're on every commercial in existence. So of course you can sell the arenas out, but when you just immediately think, hey, we're going to start with arenas, do a taste, like do a small show, see, oh wow, we did a small show at an amphitheater and it sold out in 4 minutes. We're definitely ready. They should have done a pre-tour to kind of test the water, but instead they launched an arena tour, played none of the dates, blamed their management, fired him, and yeah, that took them to downtime. They kind of took a year off, went back to the studio, and recorded the album we're going to be looking at tonight. They got new collaborators that are more pop oriented and not people like Beck or Noel Gallagher. And whether it worked or not, hard to say. But something I looking at um, their history, they've won 5 Grammys. They've had a really, 13 albums is a great career. If you can
Yeah,
get,
that's a good catalog.
you're saying even if there's some clunkers, and I honestly, there's of those 13, I've probably played about 5, maybe 6, including tonight's, because I know I played a couple of their earlier ones, and I kind of like that, although the production is pretty bad on those ones. I guess we need to find the middle ground, because then we get this overly slick thing that we're going to deal with tonight. So where's the happy medium? Hard to say, but yeah, they've won 5 Grammys and got the Jack White beef, which I think is probably the most entertaining thing they've done since El Camino, was the Jack White beef. I was having a good time following along with that, because Jack White sent an email to his ex-wife, just talking shit about the White Stripe or the Black Keys, saying, "Oh, I don't want these guys going to my kids, or their kids going to my kids' school." And
Oh
yeah,
yeah, this was how do I put it? This was beef. Like this was beef.
yeah,
Mafia beef. We're
mm-hmm.
talking mafia beef.
Yeah, because they both relocated to Nashville, and Jack White kind of blocked Dan Auerbach from getting into Third Man Records studio, and just said a bunch of nasty stuff about them. Also, nasty stuff about Adele, saying that, oh, if Amy Winehouse hadn't died, then Adele wouldn't exist. I mean, he was just, he's a bit of a douche. As
Yeah.
you read the interviews, it's kind of like, all right. I mean, I'm not, I can't say I'm on team Jack White, but in this case, it was just funny to watch roll out. But he was so nasty to them, and in the end, he's calling them out for ripping him off. But all he did was rip off other people on his own. But yeah, the best was with Patrick Carney, when he claimed that Jack White got in a fight with him. So he's like, I never met Jack White until last night. He came to a bar in New York City to go, or I go to a lot with a few friends, and tried to fight me. I don't fight and don't get fighting, but he was mad. He is why I play music. The bully assholes who made me feel like nothing. Music was a private, non-competitive thing. Not sure what he's unhappy about with, because I just liked Zeppelin a lot and wanted to play guitar. Cut my pinky off and ended up being a drummer. Not the best drummer, but a passionate one. But anyway, Jack White, a 40-year-old bully, tried to fight a 35-year-old nerd. It might get loud, but it might also get really sad and pathetic. Jack White is basically Billy Corgan's dumbass Zero t-shirt in human form. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna give the point to Patrick on that one, because that is a beautifully written sequence of tweets talking shit about Jack White. Of course, he deleted them.
Yeah.
But yeah, calling him Billy Corgan Zero t-shirt in human form, I'm like, all right,
I need that
bravo,
on.
sir.
I need that on.
Bravo.
I need that on a T-shirt.
Yeah. Oh, I was just laughing when I read through those tweets. And like I said, he admitted he deleted them. Jack White then immediately sent messages out to Pitchfork saying, I never tried to fight him. This is bullshit. And in the end, it's beautiful. Calling him the equivalent of a human form of the Zero t-shirts, you win. I mean, at that point, you are victorious. You have won this feud. And that's why it kind of died after that. I think Jack White realized, much like many people, that you can't win that. The final point has been given, and Patrick Carney wins, because Jack White's grumbling. He sounds like a
Yeah,
grumbly guy. He's a Grumbletonian of a human being, and
that's
Patrick Carney wins.
that's one of those ones where Kelso jumps up and goes, "Burn!"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that
Oh,
is the definition of burn.
that was so beautiful. The best thing I read when I was going through their whole beef. Like, yeah, Jack White said some stuff, but in the end, you're grumpy because they stole your style. But in the end, you stole your style first. So it's like, all right, well, we stole it first. You guys aren't right. And I mean, honestly, if you put me in the battle musically of Jack White versus the Black Keys, I'll take Jack White. I mean, I musically, I find him more interesting, more dynamic, more exciting. But in the beef, the Black Keys win. From that sequence of tweet alones, they are the champions of the beef. All
Yeah.
right. But yeah, I couldn't do their history without a little bit of the beef because it's just beautiful. But no,
No, I'm telling you, it's mafioso beef.
oh,
It's mafioso beef.
it was beautiful.
They were going to go to the mattresses. I'm just saying.
Yes. And I think Jack White would probably win in a fight, but you know what? You got slaughtered verbally, sir. And then you just said, well, there was no fight. That was his rebuttal to it. Like, you got called the Billy Corgan zero shirt human. And that's your thing. Well, I didn't fight him. And in the end, they're like, we talked and it's all good. And now they kind of he retweeted things and they're trying to pump each other up. Like they sent out this thing about the Raconteur's second album saying it was great. Not true. That album was not great, but that's the story for another day. We won't cover it here because I don't want to beat up that album. But yeah, in the end, I think the beef is over, at least publicly, because
Yeah.
I think Jack White realized I can't win this beef when I just got shown up. So yeah, it's over, at least as far as the public knows.
Punching above his weight class for sure.
Yeah. It's like, okay, well, you can compare all you want, but in the end, you lost. You lost with that one series of tweets. All right, so let's talk about the history of the album that we're covering tonight. No Flowers, No Rain. It was released on August 8th, 2025. So it's a couple months old, and it came out on Warner Records. So they're still on a major label. And it was recorded in Easy Eye Studios in Nashville, Tennessee, where the beef all started. So after the turmoil and the canceled arena tour, they regrouped and aimed for a reset. And that is what we got, a reset. So they leaned into collaborations with well-known songwriters who worked with big pop names. So they were going for kind of pop names. Then they wanted to work with people known for their pop writing prowess, and stylistically it has sounds that don't really touch the blues garage rock stuff. There's bits, but it's got soul, it's got funk, it's got kind of smoothed out alt rock. I don't know. I'm gonna wait. So I will hold back on my assessment. So yeah, I guess you can kind of get the impression where I stand,
Where we
where
both
Dash
stand.
stands, because Dash is normally. We share the grump the Muppet balcony spot equally tonight, and there's two Muppet balconies. So you know what? We're here to yell, and yeah, and once they're out, those Funko Pops, yeah, Dash sent me the link to the Funko Pops. And once they actually come in the pre-order, I got to find somewhere to display them where we can see them on the show because they're beautiful.
That's perfect. That's so perfect that those came out like the day after we were talking about it.
Yeah, when we were the Tron Muppet. Actually, I wasn't the Muppet the balcony Muppet for the Tron album, but the rest of the crew was. Well, actually, I guess the crew from the Critical Affection were definitely there. Dash was kind of. Some places yes, some places no. And the movie's out this weekend, so we'll see kind of where we stand after seeing the movie and how does the soundtrack work My daughter's seeing it right now. She got like preview night, like
Oh yeah, tonight
opening night
is
tickets. So we'll
that's
see.
tonight.
We'll
That is
see
tonight.
where it falls. All right. So reviews of the album. Well, it sits at a 75 on Metacritic, and the publications it's I guess it's been as low as 72. It's got more favorable reviews lately, so it hits in that generally pleasant and favorable reviews. And Pitchfork, they gave it the worst review of the batch. What did they give it? Like a
I want to
five
say it was a 5.4.
5.4. Yeah, what's our Dewey Decimal on that one? I think it's a 5.4. So yeah, 5.4 from Pitchfork, or 5 point something. I had it too. I just need to
It
figure it
was
out.
it was not where you could round it up to a 6. So
No, no.
it was definitely under a 5.
Rounds down to a 5, and they thought that it was so comfortable that it didn't feel creative. It was pleasant, polished, and comfortable. So yeah, they were not glowing over it. Rolling Stone gave it, I think, 3.5 stars. So
Yeah, they're just being nice. I mean, I didn't say that.
yeah, so it's basically the even the best reviews were just kind of saying it's okay. That's
Mhm.
where it kind of stands. No one's giving it big glowing reviews. No one's trashing it besides Pitchfork. But let's see, Metacritic. I got to pull it up here so we can see for Metacritic. Yeah, it has 10 positive reviews. Pitchfork, yeah, 5.4.
Yeah.
And aside from Pitchfork, the Independent UK called it muted. The best reviews were like 70s. It's saying that it's that they're having fun, it's polished, but you know, that's kind of where it stands. The best review on Metacritic was an 80, so even the best reviews are kind of saying it's not bad. So I don't know. I Where you stand with them, I
Well,
think we'll
bad
see.
is not bad as not bad as subjective. If
True, true. So, um, as far as sales after their debacle with the last album, they were hoping for better sales, and actually, it debuted even worse than the
yeah.
previous album. But they didn't try to launch a big arena tour this time. They did play those kind of mid-size amphitheaters that between 3 to 6,000, and sold it fairly well. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they sold out the Greek in LA.
Yeah.
And if you got to sell out your big marks, you got to sell out your LAs, your New Yorks, your Chicagos. And I'm pretty sure it did. I'm not entirely certain because I didn't
Well,
attempt to take it. I think it was on the weekend of a con I was doing or something like that.
it probably definitely sold out at least New York and L.A.
Yeah. So it sold in its first week 15,000 copies, but again, it's so difficult to look and assess album sales in a time when albums don't sell. I mean, I'm sure the new Taylor Swift album is selling a lot of copies. I mean, I went to Target and pretty much their entire media section was Taylor Swift. 3 end caps and then a middle island. It's like it's basically saying buy this album or else. And
Or
yeah,
else. Well,
they
she's kind of like got uh she's contracted with Target, is she not? Is that
yeah,
not
I
the
believe so.
yeah.
There's always a Target exclusive. And we were talking about last time that she actually cracked 1 million on vinyl sales, which is insane. To
Mhm.
even sell 1 million albums in this day and age of digital streaming is a feat in itself, but she sold 1 million vinyl alone. So I mean,
I think
props to her. And
the
Target's
most
like they're pimping that shit on you. You can't get
the
out of there.
the most recent one is that K-pop Demon Hunter. I think they I don't know if they sold 1 million, but I know they sold more than what normal albums sell because
Yeah.
of like you said the streaming and whatnot.
Yeah. So I mean, it still happens. It's just
It's
it's a
rare.
lot rarer to sell that many albums, and the fact that they sold 15,000. It's hard to look at that. I'm sure Warner is not happy with those sales, and who knows if the next album will be on Warner. I
I
really,
bet they get dropped. With last year's and this one, I just it if they don't get dropped, I'll be surprised.
although maybe they signed a multi-year deal and they'd have to pay him out of it. So,
Yeah,
or we're get like a greatest hits next or something like that to
yeah.
be their last hurrah on Warner. But it's the prospects aren't good. That's all I can say. Because yeah, when you sell two clunkers in a row, Warner, I mean, in most music labels, there it's high risk now. You don't have for every Taylor Swift, there's hundreds upon hundreds of previously well-selling artists that just aren't moving
I
units.
I
So
guess
it's
I
hard to
guess that
say.
yeah, I guess but it kind of depend on what the streaming numbers are. If they
Yeah.
keep, I mean, I guess that would, I mean, I guess that obviously plays a big factor into whether a studio keeps them or not.
Yeah. So yeah, and it didn't even crack the Billboard Top 200. So it's something that yeah, like you said, streaming numbers. That's a different that's a different thought.
Yeah,
Will the streaming numbers redeem the album overall? I really don't know.
yeah,
Will
that's a good.
it's such a different world, and I'm not some record executive who knows what they actually look for now. Does streaming is it
I,
pulling YouTube numbers, things like that? Because all
I,
of those are
yeah,
factors now.
I'm trying to play it like movies. Like I know sometimes movies don't do well in the theaters, but as soon as they hit streaming, they shoot right up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
And
that's the way I'm
that's
playing with.
and that's why they rush things to streaming now. I mean, the new Naked Gun it barely hit the movie theaters, and now it's available to stream. So,
Yeah,
I mean, they move things faster because it's a different market, and they don't much like albums. They still release DVDs and Blu-rays, but they don't move units like they used to. So
which they should.
everything's different world. And I mean, I still buy if I love a movie, I still buy physical media,
Yep.
but a
I
lot
am
of
an
people
ad.
don't.
I'm an advocate for physical media. Buy physical media because one of these days everything's going to go down and you're going to want to watch something. So I'm just
Yep.
saying.
Yep. When and then also they can't they can't tamper with it where
Nope.
oh that's offensive now that joke we got to remove that joke from streaming and next thing you know it's just gone and if you own it if you have the real thing um so all right so let's do
Hi,
this
hi, DM. I knew you would be here.
TM welcome if you want a little bit of grumpiness it's about to happen we're about to talk about our well we're about to talk about the album more in depth we were just working on the history but yeah Taylor Swift
Good
yeah
plan.
you really could she's like oh it's the Taylor Swift fart album just sold
She
1 million
did.
copies
Spoiler alert. She might as well have on this last album.
you know what we should pivot and cover it and then we should bring your friend who suggested the first one in so she can battle us I think that would be beautiful see if she
Uh,
will
I'll see if she'll want to come on and do it.
I mean I'll even hold back the profanity if that offends her like I can remove the 4 letter words from my lexicon for a little bit I'm a teacher I have to every day I can't say the things I think half the time
She,
because like you know
she,
what
she'll be.
I know how to self-censor.
Yeah, she'll be nice to you, but she will destroy. She'll try to destroy me. I,
See, that's it.
I
Bring her
can't.
in. Bring Ray back. We need Ray back, and we need her to cover the new Taylor Swift album because my daughter she just wants me to. She's like, Dad, I want to hear you bash it. So I don't know. See, make it happen, Dash. Bring her
I'll
in.
see what I can do.
See what she says. If she's like, no, because I don't want to hear you guys trashing it. She's like, she was the one that actually wrote that whole thing about
Yeah,
Kate Bush. That was her multi-paragraph composition of hatred. She just didn't want to. I just didn't know. ah, yes.
uh,
Okay. So now let's talk a little bit about our history. What's your history with the Black Keys?
I mean, I was introduced to Brothers. I know they were before then, but I was really introduced to Brothers. But El Camino is my favorite album. I
Mhm.
think I love. I know that probably a lot of people argue that Brothers is the best, but El Camino was my favorite, and I enjoy a lot of their music. So that's my history. Is just like I said. I mean, from 2009, 10, 11, everything was Black Keys, and then like literally every commercial. Like I swear, the Super Bowl had
Hmm.
like the Black Keys like as their uh, every commercial on the Super Bowl had Black Keys. I like them because I
Yeah.
like them because of the whole. They're the garage band.
Yeah.
They're that 2 man 2 instrument garage band for a while, and then uh, but I like their blues, and I'm gonna make White mad here. Uh, and he'll probably come beef with me, give me a mafioso beef, but while I like the White Stripes, I just thought the Black Keys did it better.
Mm. Mm. I don't know. I'm not here with that, but
I,
I
that's
think
just a dash opinion.
there's room for both, if I'm honest. And by the time the Black Keys reached kind of that Brothers and that era, they really didn't sound like the White Stripes anymore. It's more those early
No,
albums
yeah, the
when they
early.
did the two piece. Once they started collaborating with Danger Mouse, it was with Attack and Release. Even it just didn't have that raw, like kind of dirty garage feel anymore because Danger Mouse brought in
Well,
higher levels of
yeah,
production.
yeah.
So it didn't even have that kind of gritty rawness that had kind of left when Danger Mouse came in. But the earlier albums, that's kind of where my history comes in. I think it was Thick Freakness. I believe I heard that one. I had a friend who was really into them, so I kind of discovered them with that. And then through Attack and Release, Brothers, and El Camino, really, really enjoyed those albums. Saw them play multiple times for those albums, and
Well,
just saw them.
Rubber Factory was a good album. That was what
Yeah,
one of their first ones, if I'm not mistaken. And
yeah.
um, I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased against I'm biased for the Black Keys, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm still Team Jack White, even though he's on the Mount Rushmore, because some of our Mount Rushmores are still. I mean, they're great
great
musicians,
musicians. Yeah.
but yeah, even though he's on the Mount Rushmore, and then yeah, even though he got owned in the tweet sequence, I'm still gonna go Team White Stripes. But
All right.
I enjoyed what the Black Keys did. Their stretch of 3 albums was just 3 great albums in a row, and I think like I said, I don't know enough
Well,
about the newest ones to say good, bad, or otherwise. I don't want to I don't want to put an opinion when I have no idea what they sound like. I probably heard, like I said, I saw them play recently. I think the last time I saw them was 2023 ish.
wow.
So I saw them for what would have been like 2 albums ago, and it was fine. They put on a good show. They're a good live band. I'll see them again, even with
Yeah.
this album that we will
Well,
discuss more in a moment.
they'll still play old stuff, but they could have used Danger Mouse on this album. Is all I'll say.
Yeah, and this is the kind of album that makes me think we'll get the next album that will be the Return to Form album. Like, oh, remember that album you all hated? Remember? Well, here's the stuff you like again. So I think
Yeah.
that's what the next album will be. And if they're smart, it will be, hey, Danger Mouse, come back. We need you. Let's make that magic like we had. So
Right. Right.
we'll see. But yeah, there's our history. And let's dig in now to let's see. Let me get my categories up here. Let's dig into our overall thoughts. All right. So, what are your overall thoughts on this one?
Like I told you back, I felt like they wanted to MTV this album, and what I mean by that is, if you guys have listened to us talk before, MTV basically popped everything. If you weren't pop, you weren't getting on MTV for the most
Mm-hmm.
part. And this was what this album was. It was a pop album,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not what I expected from the Black Keys. Like I said, we want
Yeah.
our bluesy uh, garage band, That's the kind of sound that I was hoping for with when, especially when we were getting late term albums that we like we talk about all the time, and
Yeah.
what we're always worried about and scared about. It just it I'm with I think I'm with Pitchfork, like you said. I'm with Pitchfork on this.
Yeah.
I might be lower, and
Yeah. Pitchfork
um,
overrated it. I mean, Pitchfork just likes the clean production, I suppose. But yeah, they.
I mean, there's some good. Don't get me wrong. There's some good stuff on it, and lyrically, there's some really good lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
But sound wise, it's just like you text. You text me last night. You were screaming. And I mean, that's exactly. I got my daughters went with their grandmother for a little bit today, so I got
Mm-hmm.
my third listen to, and I was
Mm-hmm.
still screaming because I'm like,
Yeah.
why? But yeah, my
Mm-hmm.
over it's just it, it's all right. I like I like some things. I don't
Yeah,
know if it
and
was
we'll
arranged
get
right, or
into
I don't know.
songs we like when we
Yeah.
get into that. So there are I have a few on the good songs. I have quite a few on the skip songs, but yeah, my overall thoughts is this is the musical equivalent of the last month of the Mets baseball season. So
I'll
that's what
give you
I
that.
wrote last night. I'm like, okay, it was painful to watch the Mets collapse again in the last month of the season, and this is the Mets collapse. But much like the Mets, I'll still root for them. I'll still give them another chance next season to wreck me and, send me to baseball therapy again. But the Black Keys, I'll give them another chance. They're not dead to me. But damn, this one got me close. Got me very close. We'll see. So we'll start with our positive. What was one of the songs you enjoyed
Uh,
on this
I
one?
I kind of liked Baby Girl. I
Mm,
like the piano parts of it. When I say I liked that, this is an album that I did not like. So when I say I liked
yeah,
it, it was the least of the the bad song. Baby
yeah.
Girl's all right on repeat. I think those are my really the only two that I liked.
Okay.
I mean, there's some. It's hard to explain, but
Mm.
if I could just throw a Megoat on the entire album, I probably would throw a Megoat.
Yes. Oh yeah. This is the Mego farm for sure. I brought him in because we
Yeah,
knew we would need him today. So yeah, this is a Mego of an album. The whole album lives in the
on repeat.
Mego's farm.
Yeah, on repeat kind of gave me as close to their original stuff. It had some soul to it.
Yeah.
If you want to get down into it, it had some soul. But yeah, on repeat and Baby Girl probably my two songs that I liked, and I'm
Hmm.
saying like, and I'm stressing the word liked with an asterisk. There's an asterisk next to them.
I like you as a friend, Black Keys, but we can't go all the way. Sorry. These are not good enough for that. So I had down nothing. I thought it was kind of a solid mid-tempo jam. It felt kind of like some of their mid-tempo stuff from the other
Hmm.
albums. Still too overproduced, still too slick, but it had enough groove where I'm like, okay, I'm kind of bobbing to it.
Hmm.
And Man on a Mission, I thought it should have honestly been the album opener because it would have been a stronger opening. It had a good riff, very Jack White,
Yeah.
White Stripes kind of riff. So I'm like, all right, White's beef on that one. It sounds like it could belong on a Jack White album, but honestly, the chorus didn't grab me. It just had kind of that powerful get you bobbing. But if they had made it the opener, it would have been a Joe Walsh sized lie about how the album was going to sound overall. You'd have expected some more rock, and what you would have got was just mega. And all my life, it sounded like Jamiroquai level funk, and I listened to it, and immediately this is what I saw. I
Yeah.
saw
Yeah.
Beavis
Yeah.
and Butthead dancing on the couch when they were watching the video, so it gave me a laugh because I'm listening to it and I'm just like, oh yeah, Beavis and Butthead would be getting down to this one. If this
Yeah.
was a video that they had watched, Beavis and Butthead would have been having their groove. So yes, that song is a Beavis and Butthead, Jamiroquai, White Funk. But yeah, it made me think of Beavis and Butthead dancing by their couch. So it automatically gets in my like list because if I think of this dumb dance, then I call that a small victory for this not so great album. All right,
Yeah.
so let's dig in now to best lyrics. So, what are some lyrics that stood out to you on this one?
Uh, I like On Repeat, and there's one where it says every word we said keeps echoing inside my head. It's just that one little line
Mm-hmm.
and again, it, every like I always refer to, uh, high school or being deployed as some of my reasons why I like songs.
Mm-hmm.
This is another one where it's just like this is somebody replaying everything that was said
Mm-hmm.
and it was it's like he regrets everything that was said but this is that um playing over it on I guess like a loop in your head on repeat
Yeah.
basically. uh yeah, it just uh I don't know, for some reason, like I like the rest of the song, but just every word we said keeps. I mean, I've been there where I've like, God, why did I say that? And it just plays over and over and
Mm-hmm.
over and over.
Yeah.
And then one of my other ones that I liked, and I hate the song.
Huh.
I hate the song with a passion. No rain, no flowers, but I had to walk through the storm just to feel the sun again.
Yeah.
Um, and like I said, lyrically, this album is. If this was just a talking album, I might just be
Hmm.
impressed because I thought a lot of the lyrics were really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the
No rain, no flowers. I had lyrics from that one as
yeah,
well. But and I'm with you on that song. When we get to our skips, we're definitely going to be in the same boat. But it said there's evil people in this world. Live long enough and you will be burned. But all these little messes are only little lessons we've learned. So I
yeah,
like that. I mean, lyrically,
yeah,
that
lyrically, it's
that was good. It would have, you know, when we get to the song itself,
I just yeah, just
but it
wish it.
had some decent lyrics. I had Baby Girl, which I'm not in team Baby Girl camp, but I'm in more Baby Girl camp when I found out it was about his daughter. Because if
Yeah,
it's just talking about some woman and then you get into my whole thing of like, don't call women little girls and all that, but he's actually talking about an actual
that's
baby girl. So all is forgiven because it's, an ode to his baby girl. And he said, you
that's
came
why it
along.
resonated with me because I have
Yeah.
my girls. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. And then you
yeah,
open my eyes, baby girl. You make me stronger than I realized. I like that in the context of he's talking about a
yes,
child, his daughter. It's great. I mean, granted, you're looking at amateur hour. You want to hear a real song about a daughter that'll move you. Pull out some Stevie Wonder. Pull out Isn't She
yeah.
Lovely? And it's like, that's what a poet and, a top tier, music, rock and roll Hall of Fame artist will give you when he's singing about his, the birth of his daughter. But Baby Girl, I had to search it up because I'm like, all right, I either I'm gonna like this song
I
or I'm gonna hate it.
no,
And when I found out it was about his daughter, I'm like, cool, I
you
like
could
it.
just. I don't know. I think it just for me, anyways. I could just kind of feel that it wasn't one of those. Well, it's 2025, so we know we're not getting a whole lot of the 1980s baby
Yeah.
girls and things like. But I don't. For me, just I think I knew, like you could just feel. And I'm biased towards the Black Keys over certain. So I probably just felt that it was more about his daughter, or I knew right
Yeah.
away that
I
again,
hope.
of course, I have to, as you do, look it up to make sure that it
Yeah.
is it is what it's. But you just kind of feel it, and like I said, the piano vibes for me, like
Mm-hmm.
it felt playful, or I don't want to say childlike because it's not child, but does that make sense? Where the piano kind of gave you that feel that it was for a
Yeah,
child and not
for
so
a
much for
child. And
yeah,
but lyrically you can see it in both contexts.
yeah, oh yeah,
And
yeah,
I wrote down in my notes, it said, if this is about his daughter, I'll put this song kind of in the mid range. But if it's about a woman, then I hate this song. But it's about his daughter. So, but because if you put those lyrics in the context, they can go both ways. I mean, but
yeah,
as for a daughter, I'll take it. And then the last one I had was Down to Nothing.
Oh yeah.
I still feel you when I close my eyes at night. I'm dealing with the devil. I just might do something bad. I'm crying when I laugh. I'm trying to believe that one day we will meet. So,
I was holding on to something that was never really mine. That was a good line. Oh, we just think we froze up there, ladies and gentlemen. We froze up. Hold on. If you're still watching, we froze. Hopefully, we'll get him back. If not, I'm still here. Hopefully, I'm still here. But yeah, like Down to Nothing was had some lyrically was a really good song. All of these, if I'm going to talk about it, lyrically, as I was telling him earlier, if this was just a spoken word album, I would probably enjoy it a lot more. Um, but uh, this is just not a good album for the Black Keys. And um, yeah, he must have he's frozen up. I don't want to give away too much, and we're going to talk about some of the worst songs here in a minute. Here he comes.
oh, sorry about that.
That's all right. Yeah, I was saying you just finished Down to Nothing, and I was like I was holding on to something that was never really mine. I thought that
Mm-hmm.
just that lyrically, yeah, I just Down to Nothing was a good lyrically written song. I just
Mm-hmm.
wish
Yeah.
everything had been a little bit wrapped up tighter. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
if Danger Mouse had been on this might have been a totally different album.
Yeah. And my internet is really bad tonight. So if I go out again, I
I
will
got you.
leave it to you. So yeah,
I got you.
sorry about that. I'm looking at it and it's up and down and I'm plugged directly into it. But some nights are just bad. I mean, I had Spectrum and it went out all the time. So all right.
It
We'll
happens. I
hope
know.
that all is good. But yeah, let's dig in now to skip this one. Or did you have any other lyrics before
No,
we
we're good. We're right there. We're right
unleash the
there.
hounds here? So all
We're
right.
gonna let's get on to Skip because
Let's go down to skip. So what ones did you have for skip?
this is the title track. Like I said, I liked some of the lyrics, but
Mm-hmm.
overall, man, this was just no rain, no flowers did not resonate with me at all. And I could just give me just give me the lyric sheet and I'll read it. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't need to hear the song. The night before, not a good song. Not a good
Mm-hmm.
song. I don't even know. I don't even I don't even know why. As soon as it started the night before it started, I blacked it out. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
It you just like you said, you're with some of them we can bop our heads to and we're bouncing and having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You could just tell when a song comes on, and I was like, I just no.
Yeah.
Uh,
3 seconds in
yeah,
is like, nope,
and,
pass. So
and
I had no rain, no flowers. And what I wrote was I said a song feels like the Black Keys were put through one of those pasta makers.
yeah,
And they had some edge and they just kept putting them through the pasta maker until they were flat, dull, and flavorless. That's what that album was. That was my couch metaphor. It's like, okay, they just keep putting them through. And the pasta's ready. The pasta's flat. But they're like, no, more. And
right,
they forgot to add salt. And it's just the flattest, dullest, horrible album opener. I mean, that was a god awful album opener. The
yeah,
night before, I had it on my list as
yeah.
well. I said it
And,
feels like a song that would be good that's going to get played on some Netflix original rom-com and the main character's waking up ready for their big day and that's the song that's going to be playing because they're like, "Hey, cool, we got a Black Keys song." Oh
and
shit, it's the night before, but good
and
enough.
that's the song that's gonna make me turn off the Netflix TV show or
Yeah,
the movie.
whatever
Uh,
it is. But those aren't meant for us anyway. It's
uh,
like, all right, that snowman one, or like where the snowman's a dude. This is the song that when the woman who gets the snowman dude, she wakes up. This is the song that's playing as we see her brushing her teeth,
uh,
preparing for the big day when the snowman's gonna become
now
a buff dude. That's this song.
I can already see it. It's gonna be on Hallmark Channel.
Yeah.
Um, another one I had. Listen, Black Keys, I love you, but there's only one group that can have a song called Neon Moon, and
Mm.
That's Brooks and Dunn. Brooks and Dunn are the only ones that can have a song named Neon Moon. Neon Moon is no. I mean, I just that was the last. Was that the last? I think that was the last song on the dang album, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh thank God, because I was ready to turn. I was ready to turn it off, and
Yeah.
so yes,
Yeah.
pops always.
We're having fun. Yeah. If Pops, I we haven't been doing the play before thing, but Pops, if you would have played this album before the show, just like Joe Walsh, you would have been coming in the studio to talk some shit with us because
They
damn,
might they might have
it was a rough go.
they might have shut Pilled down.
Yeah, Pops would have been banned on Pilled. He'd be like, "Damn it, I got too vile on this one." But I think Pilled is the last frontier of where we can play stuff. So yeah, it's like I said, if you would have heard it, you'd have been joining us. We'd have heard a little blip as Pops was coming in the studio to unleash his fury on this garbage ass album,
Yeah.
this Mets collapse on vinyl. So all right, go ahead again. So you were
he
talking
said
about
he still might get us banned on Pilled. Yeah. Um. Then my last one was Make You Mine. Uh
yeah.
the fall. Listen, I guess I've never heard the Black Keys do falsetto.
Mm.
Uh,
Shouldn't have now. I mean, it's not something that we ever should have heard, and yet here we are.
uh, I don't like the falsetto. There's only certain people that can do falsetto, and no,
You're not one of
no,
them.
you're not one. No.
Yeah.
So I
Leave
mean,
it to Tom York, sir. Leave it
yeah,
to Tom
yeah.
York.
This is like I said. I just feel like they were trying to go MTV. MTV generation is over. It's literally over. You don't have to be pop. You don't have to. I feel. I want to say it. I feel like they sold their soul on this to just get an album
Mm,
made. To try. I don't know
yeah.
if they were trying to beat 2024's album. I I don't know, but I feel like take me back to 2011, 2010, 2009. Take me back to those Black Keys,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah. Even
please,
Pizza Hut
please.
doesn't want this shit for
Yeah,
their
yes,
commercial. They're like, no, fuck that. We'll go back to one of those old albums because Pizza Hut doesn't want to try to sell commercials with no rain, no flowers. So they're
yes.
gonna pass on that pasta maker boringness. So yeah, the last one I had Baby Girl. I like the sentiment, but it was just again just over polished
Yeah,
dullness. And I mean, like I said, I love the sentiment, but you want to hear a good song about a daughter? Go listen to Stevie Wonder.
no.
That's what they should do. Shit, like all right, go meet the master. You got no beef, and then kiss and make it better. My initial
Oh,
notes were just
oh,
my initial notes literally said fuck this stupid song, but I thought, you need to elaborate on why fuck this stupid song. So it's just another over slick song that's aspiring for the pop charts that becomes painfully dull, a weak chorus, and just honestly, if I were playing this album, let's say I bought the album because I did, because I got the autographed one, and I put it on the turntable. And honest, I can probably say I would have never even opened it because I read the reviews and it made me think this isn't the album for me. But since I had it and I put it on the turntable, by the time we reached Baby Girl, I would have been grabbing the needle, pulling it off, and putting on a better White Stripes, Black Keys album. Maybe
yeah.
I'll put on a White Stripes album and hear why Jack White is superior in my opinion. But that's a debate for another day. But I think it's because of this album, it's hard for me to be on Team Black Keys
It is.
because I'm
Yeah, I can see
thinking
that.
I hear it and I just think, did they make good music at one point? Were they good? And we talk about late career albums. We covered one with Bryan Adams, and it didn't move the world. It was Nickelodeon boring, but it's hard
I,
to make a great late career album. I
I,
there's plenty of artists I love that make clunkers by album 13, and props to them to making it to album 13 because that's a feat in itself. But this one, yeah, I think it tarnishes their
I
earlier
know.
legacy.
I know Kiss It Now is going to be the fuck this fucking song is going to be the title of it.
Yeah, because
It's not
there's
gonna be
my
Kiss It.
notes,
Yep.
my notes, and I tried to even like, okay, I was at work, I'm doing report cards, I'm gonna try to write new notes. Like I'm gonna listen to the album fresh, and my notes pretty much mirrored the other ones. The only notes that changed was all right. I saw the Beavis and Butthead dancing with that song. I'm like, all right, I'm in for that. I'm down with the Beavis and Butthead imagery, and yeah, the rest just kind of sits in the land of the Mego. This album was, I don't know, some of it's not even good enough for the Mego. So hard to say. I think we fell in the same place. So here comes the easiest category that we're gonna do. Are we keeping this or are we returning it to the used bin? So I think
Uh, yeah,
I think
we're
I think it's an easy thought on this one. So yeah, it's going to the used bin. It's autographed, so I'll probably put it on my wall and let it go that way. So
yep.
yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that's where we stand on that one. And next week, let's talk about that. There is no next week. Next week, I will be at TV on the radio in
Yep.
LA. So I will be at that show. But after that, I'll pull it up. The Jane's Addiction
Jane's
Strays
Addiction.
is what we'll be covering. We were going to, that he, Dash had picked a different Jane's Addiction album, but it had been one that I've already heard plenty of times. So we're
That's
going with Strays for better or worse, because that's one of the few Jane's Addiction albums I have not heard. So yeah, we'll be covering Strays. So let me pull it up so we can see the cover. That'll be in 2 weeks, because next week, like I said, I'll be at a concert. And after that, we cover Jane's Addiction Strays before Perry Farrell and Dave Navarro tried to beat the shit out of each other. They released Strays. So we're going to give it a spin, see what we think. Although it's an expensive vinyl, so I'll be giving it a Spotify spin because it's a pricey one. But yeah, we'll see what we think. See if it's a
right.
worthy addition to Jane's Addiction catalog, or if it's, no rain, no flowers of their catalog. We'll
Right.
find out next week in 2 weeks. But I will be back on Saturday for Saturday morning comic talk, and we'll be talking about, I don't know yet. I haven't figured it out. I'll let them know tomorrow what we're going to be talking about. Something to think about while I'm stuck in an all-day work meeting. Like, let me think of the
Yeah.
topics for this show and
That's
not
perfect.
get busted by the presenter again. She caught me the other day. I was building my Kickstarter and she's like, "Oh, have you had a chance to read the unit chapter yet?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
of course.
I speed read that shit. Of course I read it.
We
Don't you doubt
got
me?" So yeah,
we
that'll
got
be tomorrow.
we got
But
Path of the Pale Rider tomorrow in the
ooh,
morning. We got we're
good
doing
stuff.
yeah, we've been beta testing Lori Calcaterra's Path of the Pale Rider in an RPG setting.
Nice.
It's entertaining to say the least. I
Cool.
don't know if we're all going to make it out of this next fight, but
Yes.
we've been
All right.
taking on the Carls.
Okay. And I'm gonna put the link in here real quick. Um, so for I have my pre-launch up for my new book Floaters,
Yeah.
and it's my one-shot book that tells the story of eye floaters actually being parasites that corrupt and destroy your brain. And it kind of goes through the story of a few people who get the floaters and what happens to them. And the link is live right now. You can follow it. I'm at 8 followers. Come on, help me get up to 10
We'll
so I can
get.
actually see it publicly. And it's weird because I've had about 6 people share it and
Hmm. Hmm.
play that new Aussie ad at the end of the show. All right, well, we'll play it real quick. Let me get to there. I haven't. Oh man, you make me look at stuff with my squinty eyes. Where's the Aussie ad? Let's find it. Here we go. Aussie art book. Let's take a look at that. Pops wants to see it, and then we will say goodbye and say goodbye to this Black Keys album, because if it weren't signed, I would let Lori do her thing to it. She could annihilate this thing and I would not cry. All
Ozzy,
right, so
why
let's
don't
share.
you sing to me? I can always understand you when you sing to me.
Fucking my brains. What is this my publisher sent me? Inked in black with art so sweet.
So what do you think? Do you like it?
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Oh, Lord, yeah. Hell yeah, I like it. It looks wonderful. Let me get this thing. What's up, everybody? Just a quick note to let you know that the Goodbye to Romance Aussie art book is approved. I went through the proof copy yesterday. This is my grandson's copy, by the way. Nobody else is getting this one. This one's for him. I will put the link to where you can get your copy in the description down there. Just wanted to give a couple shout outs. One to the guy who did this cover, who will not take credit. He doesn't want to be named. He doesn't want to take credit, but he had a lot to do with putting this book together. So right on, dude. I just give you some love like that. Right on, dude. Okay, so there you go. I don't want to paw through this. I did last night on Monday Madness. This is my grandson's copy, and I don't want to be messing it up anymore. So go watch last night's Monday Madness from about the 1 hour mark on, and you'll see inside the book and whatnot. This thing's beautiful, guys. $18.99. And look, trying to figure out what to charge for this was horrible, because I did not want to undervalue the art and the work that these guys did. And it was like, well, what am I going to charge? $50, $25? And I figure, somewhere around the $20 mark for 40 pages was pretty good, right? So run on over to Amazon, get you one of these. As soon as I sell enough to have the money, I'm going to print up an exclusive run artist proof edition for everybody involved, so they all have a copy of this themselves. But we got to make some money first. I can't just print books. I'm a broke ass. If you want to buy some stuff from me, then I'll be able to. Friday night, we'll be starting a new sale show. We'll have some stuff up for sale. Help us out. We can help you out. All right. That's how this works. The bigger we get, the more we can promote, the more help we can give to you guys. So just keep pushing them buttons, yo. Keep pushing them buttons. Go get you some Goodbye to Romance. That's what I would do. I'm just saying. It's kind of what I would do. Y'all have a great day.
All right, so check it out. The new Aussie book. The link is in the chat. So
I ordered my copy.
Cool. I did not know a copy existed, so I need to do the same. I got to order 2 books on Amazon, it would appear. So I will get myself going. And Dash, I'll be dropping your book in the mail one day this week. I'm going through the list as fast as I can, but I'm able to do about 10 a night. So
That's
yours
cool.
will be coming with a coffee inside.
Yes.
As promised, the coffee will be on its way, and Lori will have to shoot your card. I don't have any. I mean, I have a gun, but I don't have that great of aim. So burglars beware. I could aim for the leg and end up hitting you in the stomach. So you don't want to hit my house. So yes. All right. So coffee. I don't know what I have no idea.
Coffee.
That. Coffee. Yes. We'll say no coffee because I'll get sick and it would not be pleasant. So until next week,
2 weeks.
2 weeks, we will see you, and then you can join me on Saturday. We'll be talking with some great creators, and until then, have a great rest of your night.
Bye.